that we are going to be interested in bringing to you. And this is a project of Waring, at the corner of Waring and Central that was just finished. If you want to remind you, take a look at that. It's a 15-unit project. Again, it's indicative of the kind of stuff that we're doing. We're also responsible for the 23-unit project on Highland Drive north of Melrose. It was done about a year and a half ago. This is what the inside of this is like.
Thank you, Mr. Ramos. What I'd like to recommend is Mr. Raquel is the chair of the Finance Committee.
Yes.
And perhaps maybe having a more formal long presentation in the committee.
Yeah.
And have something come to the board at future days.
Yeah, I just wanted to make you aware that we're going to be working on the property and on the project so that you're aware. And so that when it starts being processed and when we start going through the conversation, we want to initiate that early rather than late. We actually want to come to you not necessarily with a finished product that says take or leave, but that's not yet normal.
I appreciate that. And Mr. Raquel will get your information and will contact you about scheduling.
Right.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, next on public comments, we have Michael Marion,
Can we ask any questions?
City Attorney. City
Why
Attorney's
is
Office.
that?
Mr. Marion.
That's our right as board members and
After
taxpayers.
public comment. Mr. Marion.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure I'm not bored if there are questions.
We're fine.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi everyone, I just wanted to introduce myself to you. My name is Michael Amarian. Last name is spelled just like American without a C. And I am running for City Attorney of Los Angeles. The election's not until March, but I wanted to make sure I came around and introduce myself to all of you so you can see me, and I'd be happy to stay over and answer any questions you might have about specific issues. At least for right now, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am the only candidate running that currently works in the City Attorney's office. I'm a prosecutor, I'm a gang prosecutor in Van Nuys. I've been in Van Nuys for the last 3 years. Before that, I worked for a couple years at different branches throughout the city. I worked in 3 of the criminal branches in our office. Before joining the City Attorney's office, I was in complex litigation where I handled a lot of the same types of complex cases at a private law firm that I would be overseeing as City Attorney. I was born and raised here in Los Angeles. My dad was a judge, actually the first intervening judge in Southern California, and my mom has worked as a city employee for the last 20 years. When I was in law school at USC, I worked on the Charter Reform Commission that led to the creation of these neighborhood councils. It was a lot of fun for me to come around and see how well these are going and how much of a connection these neighborhood councils are creating between our communities and government. So with that, I just want to thank you all very much for your time. Like I said, I'll be here ready to answer any questions you might have on specific issues. I look forward to getting to know you in the months ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have another speaker, is Lisa Marrobles, public comment. 2 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed again that you put out your flow charts and everything in regards to the changing of the committees. And again, I have to say, and again, obviously, I'm going to say to you, it's not a personal issue. But you never gave me a chance to even try to explain to you or even talk to you. You didn't want to talk to
You
me.
can address the chair.
Anyways, excuse me, the chair, I try to address the chair. The chair doesn't listen.
President of the board.
Okay, anyways, bottom line is, okay, there's a history with the person that you want to appoint to the Children's Committee, of being rude to women, not being kid-friendly. And we know this from the past. We live in this neighborhood. Now, I understand where you're coming from. You want to make a mix and this and that and the other. Bottom line is, I'm just letting you know that the parents that know about this are not happy. The stakeholders, the neighborhood council belongs to the stakeholders. It does not belong to you or to those people that you promised certain things to, if that's exactly what you did. But I just want you to know. You see this little file right here? And I'm showing it to you. This file right here, these are the grievances so far that have been collected, okay, in this regard. And there's going to be more. And I know that before when I talked to you about this, you laughed at me and you said, so what? It's going to take 6, 7, or 8 months before they catch up to me, maybe a year. All I want you to know is we're not happy with the choices. I think it's wrong. History has a tendency to repeat itself. And all I know is, you know what? I like Augustine personally. I don't like his methods, but I like him personally. And I wish that even when I work with any other person, you know what? I'm not going to have hair in my mouth and keep my words back. I don't have to like somebody to be able to work with them. And I hope that when the things come up for these committees and whatever, that people are open-minded in regards to this.
Thank you very much. Any other public comment cards? You're speaking on an item that's on the agenda. You're going to speak on an item that's on the agenda. Yeah. Then, seeing no other public comment, the public comment is closed. We're going to move on to the agenda, members. We have, it's already past 7 o'clock. So the notes on our agenda is the business portion of our meeting begins approximately at 7 p.m. or shortly thereafter.
That's just a quick question. There are two people I don't recognize. I'm curious who they are.
Oh, just Mr. Robinson is the alternate for Mr. Rivera, and Frank is with Part1. John, who usually is our stenographer, or minute on vacation. Minute taker is on vacation. So thank you. And Frank will do as best he can to make sure your name shows, and I think you'll figure out who's who when we're speaking. Okay, members, we're going to move on to item number 1. It's under motions and resolutions, discussion and possible action on recommendation by the Planning and Land Use Committee for board approval of committee recommendation approving the Waddell Grill Restaurants ZA-2008-1837-CUB at 1721 West Sunset Boulevard application for conditional use beverage for the sale of beer and wine for on-site consumption pending receipt of the voluntary conditions and hours of operation from the warehouse tonight. So I think Mr. Raquel will move. Sure, we'll get that in a second. Raquel, is there a second? Mr. Ferraro will move that we discuss this item. Mr. Hubert, you were chairing this this meeting when this item, the Planning and Land Use Committee, when this was taken out. Oh, Terrell, excuse me, Francisco Terrell seconded. Members, in your packet, you have the minutes of the Planning and Land Use meeting. So if you wanted maybe to present a minute or so what this recommendation was.
I can quickly summarize. I don't see Alan Cornell here, who was the expediter representing Rodeo Grill. He was here at the last meeting, expected to be on the agenda at that time. He gladly said he'd come back to the next meeting. I left him a message. He's not here.
I did talk to him as well on Thursday about this.
Okay. In general, it came before us. They were requesting beer and wine license. They have another facility where they do have a beer and wine license that is just the sound of beer. They did not come forth with any conditions on their request, which is my understanding is quite typical, and I've seen that with any requests that have come before me as long as I've done planning and land use. So they were asked to come back to the general board with some general conditions and guidelines that they would follow. And at this point, with them not being here, there's obviously no conditions that they're presenting and requesting for their own license. My suggestion would be just to put it off to the next meeting and make sure that the expediter would show up.
Okay. Mr. Raquel, you had amendment you wanted to present?
Yeah, I wanted to amend that we should not be putting any special conditions on this business, that we should just approve if they follow the guidelines that were set up by the agency and the state alcohol.
Alcohol beverage control. Yeah. So there's an amendment to not place any conditions outside of what already is required by law, by agency. Before that, is there a second on that? Second. Who seconded it? Mr. Rob.
I'd also like to comment upon it. It's my understanding of the other beer and wine licenses that have been given here in